Hey guys, Michael Pizzulo here, psychotherapist in West Hollywood. I want to talk to you about gay men and masculinity. So most gay men I know have a relatively complicated relationship with masculinity. Growing up, they often felt like they didn't fit in with the other boys, they weren't playing enough sports, they listened to the wrong kinds of music, and so on and so forth. So this term masculinity felt something like something very foreign to them, something they didn't have enough of, and they kind of disavowed it. And if anything, they felt maybe like their culture encouraged them to embrace more of their femininity, which is great. But I'm here to tell you that masculinity is an essential part of being a healthy adult man, and it's something you should celebrate within yourself. So just to back up, to understand a couple clear concepts, both masculinity and femininity are good. They are good expressions of the human experience. And I think with masculinity, the meaning of it often gets very lost. With femininity, we often think of, being very nurturing, vulnerable, peacekeeping, things like that. Masculinity often gets demonized and wrapped up in a lot of behaviors that are like violent and predatory, which is simply not the truth. I like to describe masculinity in terms of three ideas that I'm stealing from Scott Galloway, which is provide, protect, and procreate. So if you think about it, masculinity is all about being useful to others. Historically, maybe it was about being useful to women and children, and it still could be. But it's about being assertive and being dominant, but for good, not for a destructive purpose. So just to clarify the overall paradigm, think of it that masculinity is a good thing. But for gay men, thinking about if growing up you didn't feel as though you fit in with the other boys and you did the typical boy activities, whatever those are, that masculinity is not about this caricature of some man who drinks a lot of beer and eats pizza and, swears a lot or something like that. Think about it in terms of, am I a provider or am I a protector? And, I know procreate is, for straight people, but, what kind of sex am I having? Am I having sex that I like? Things like that. Gay men can be incredible protectors of people that they care about. They can also be incredible providers. And we can also have great sex. So think about celebrating your masculinity in terms of those three pillars. And I think it will really help you feel more confident in your just being a man. And again, we're not distilling being a man into any kind of caricature or trope about being a soldier or about being, harsh and like some sort of bully. That is not masculinity at all. Masculinity is about protecting and helping others in, your close relationships and really just in your community in general, in your work, if you're a leader, things like that. Again, too, that we all have a balance of these qualities. So we all have a balance of being feminine and masculine. There are a lot of very masculine women. You see a lot of TV shows these days, the protagonist is a woman who's, she's a boss and she walks into the boardroom and she stomps in and she orders people around and, she's a leader. She's got a lot of masculine energy, which is a good thing. Same thing, men can also have a lot of feminine qualities to them as well that we want to celebrate. So it's not about one canceling out the other, but it's about celebrating both as authentically as you can. So I hope this was useful. If you're a gay man and you have any ideas about how you incorporate and celebrate your masculinity, I would love to hear them. I think this is a topic that's almost never talked about. Almost always when I hear people talking about gay men and masculinity, it just comes down to this idea that we all are chasing after, straight acting guys and prizing masculinity in more of a stereotypical way that's about sexual preference rather than how am I showing up in the world as a man. So would love to hear your thoughts, and I hope this was useful.